Taking her off things.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and a happy Friday to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. I am here to talk about some changes as we head not just into Saturday, but then again later next week as well. We've been talking about this the last several days, the idea that we're going to start to get active again as we jump into, in particular, again later next week. We'll get to that for you in just a few minutes, but it does look like we have some snow and the potential for an actual snow that accumulates coming in a few days. In the meantime, generally speaking, we're going to stay dry, though we do have a couple opportunities here and there for a little bit of precipitation. So what we're going to do is, by the way, this is your Friday Funcast, a little different today. Hope you have a good weekend. There's not necessarily a whole lot going on around the area. This might be one of those weekends, especially on Saturday. We actually have some NFL football 3 days this weekend. We've got Saturday, we've got Sunday, and a Monday night game as well. So in particular for Saturday, might be one of those you just stay indoors if you can. If you're going to be outside, just know you're going to have to bundle up a little bit. This is what it looks like outside right now. And as you can see, we have the camera there showing that it is generally a cloudy sky across the region. This is basically what we've seen throughout the day. Snuck in a little sunshine in the Fargo-Moorhead area earlier, but again, by and large, this is what we've seen, and this is what we'll continue to see this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow as well. Jumping ahead, this is what we're looking at temperature-wise. Now, again, despite the cloud cover, temperature is still well above normal in most areas. Again, keep in mind the average high, Fargo-Moorhead, 18 degrees. We're sitting at 32. So, again, mild numbers, mild relative, of course, is a term compared to what we typically see out there. 21 Devil's Lake, got 37 Sisseton, 34 in Oaks, a little colder the farther north you go. Satellite radar, not a lot happening right now. Again, the farther north and east you are, if you get up toward Devil's Lake, Langdon, we are sneaking in some sunshine just north of Grand Forks as well, Roseau, Baudette. But again, the locations that are getting at least some sun are those northernmost spots. You do see a little bit, just a little bit of light snow on the radar, mainly just flurries coming down in a few spots, now working their way into the southern half of Lakes Country, as well as a very small portion of southeast North Dakota. The expectation is that these showers, these snowflakes, are going to diminish over the next 2 or 3 hours. However, our northern areas do become a little more susceptible to seeing snowfall out there as we jump into the afternoon and evening hours. Here's a look. Again, we look at northern Red River Valley as well as northwest Minnesota, and we do have some light snow that will develop. At this point, it does not look like it's going to amount to much in terms of accumulation, but there are a few spots that could see an inch or maybe more. And we'll continue to walk through the overnight hours. We're now at Saturday morning, 6 a.m. You can still see the areas that have the best opportunity, and really just about the only opportunity for snow during the early morning hours are going to continue to be those folks in Lake of the Woods country, Baudette, Roseau, down to Thief River, and as far south as Bemidji. And again, we look at 10 o'clock in the morning, not a lot there. But the spots that will see a little bit of snow are going to be those same locations that we just pointed out. Meanwhile, you look off to the west, eastern North Dakota, Devil's Lake Basin, portions of Jamestown, James River Valley. We're going to get some sunshine tomorrow, and that really does kind of break up the day. As we jump into the afternoon tomorrow, we're going to continue to see the best chance for sun west of the Red River Valley, while the Red River Valley itself in areas east generally just stuck in a cloudy sky with maybe a little bit of sun breaking out from time to time. Now we're looking at Sunday. One thing that we noticed on our graph model is that we are looking at a better opportunity for precipitation, especially in those northern areas, than we were looking at, let's just say, over the last couple of days. So our chances have increased in some areas on Sunday to see precipitation. So if you are in Hallock, Roseau, Baudette, again, some of the areas we just mentioned there, not just snow, but the potential Park River, Langdon, Devil's Lake, Grand Forks, to see a little bit of mixed precipitation as well. Right now, as we're looking at Sunday noon, the activity generally looks like it is going to be light. Also pushing off to the east as we head into the afternoon hours. So you look again, those same locations have the best chance of snow tonight and early tomorrow. Have the best chance of seeing some snow. Could see a little measurable snow out there, especially when you take the two periods we could see snow together. Tonight, tomorrow morning, then again Sunday afternoon, after Sunday evening. So we look at snowfall potential here, and notice we really start to fill in some areas once we get to Sunday afternoon, evening. So Roseau, Baudette, there is potential between the two systems. You could see 3 inches of snowfall. Most areas are not going to see anything close to that. The medium shade of blue, that indicates about 1 to 3 inches, and within those locations, I think we're closer to the 1 to 2 side. And very quickly, the farther west and south you go, we lose that potential for snow. So Fargo, Moorhead, I think maybe a dusting at best. I don't think this is going to be a snowy system for us. You head toward, again, Devil's Lake Basin, James River Valley. Not, other than maybe a few flurries, not really looking at much snow at all. So good news there if you're not looking forward to any snowfall. Again, if you're heading up toward Lake of the Woods country, this is the area where you could see a couple, 3 inches of snow come down. Now, the other story about tomorrow are temperatures. We're going to get colder. Look at our low temperatures tomorrow morning. That's not too bad, 6 a.m. That's actually above the norm for this time of year. Mid-teens, got a couple single digits, but we're going to show you, this is 6 a.m., we're going to show you 3 p.m. Notice the change in temperatures. Basically, there is none. We're going to hold steady right there in the mid-teens, meaning by tomorrow afternoon, our temperatures for highs are actually going to be slightly below the norm. In addition to that, our winds are going to be gusting 30, maybe even 35 miles per hour in some areas. You got the northwest wind, temperatures holding steady in the teens and even single digits in a couple spots. It is going to feel much colder out there. We're going to see some wind chill values during the afternoon right around 0 or maybe even a little bit below. So be prepared for that on our Saturday. If you recall, I mentioned maybe being inside, maybe watching a couple games, or maybe whatever you might want to do indoors. Tomorrow is probably the better day of the 2 days over this weekend to do that. We will see some sun, as mentioned, in our westernmost areas. Most of the region will generally be stuck under a cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. For Fargo, it does look like we hit 16 at noon, but by and large we're going to hang right there around 15 throughout the day. Cloudy, colder, strong northwest wind. You can see gust noon, 3 p.m. right around 32 miles per hour. So again in that 30, perhaps 35 mile per hour range. So it will be a windy day all across the region, by the way. Look at Sunday, a little bit of a change. First of all, you notice winds now. You see those little arrows moving there out of the west and even a little bit out of the southwest. So it's going to help our temperatures warm up. Now we're back in the mid-20s to low 30s, even a mid-30 out there. We're looking at Jamestown, Harvey, and Sisseton, all expected to climb to 35. Again, I think most areas more clouds than sun. And if you do recall, you look at those colder spots, Roseau, Thief River, Bemidji, that's an area we're expecting to see a little bit of snowfall. So that snow on Sunday not going to encompass much of the region, but those areas that do get snow, I think, again, we could see 1 or 2 inches of snowfall. And again, the farther north you go up there toward Roseau, Baudette, Bemidji, that's where we have the chance to see 2, maybe 3 inches of snowfall. But again, overall, we're looking at a milder day. Still chilly. It's January, but it is going to be milder. Now let's take a look at our wintry weather chances moving forward. Saturday, notice on Sunday we don't have a bar there. That's because that's for Fargo. We're not expecting any precipitation in Fargo. Again, those northwest areas, you will get some precipitation on Sunday, even up to Grand Forks, I should say. Monday, Tuesday, very slim chance of showers, 20%. Then we jump into next Thursday and Friday. That's really the system I'm watching as the next best chance of seeing measurable snow across much of the area as opposed to localized in one spot. We're going to walk through next week, and again, keep in mind, once we get to Thursday, Friday, that's the biggest system we're expecting to move through the region. Monday, not a bad day. In fact, temperatures are going to be up in the mid to upper 30s across much of the region. Monday night into Tuesday, we'll see a little rain. That indicates to you that, yeah, we're going to be on the mild side when we're sitting here in early to mid-January and we're talking about the idea of getting rain overnight as opposed to freezing rain and snow, though there is a possibility some areas could see a little bit of that freezing rain and snow. System moves out by Tuesday afternoon. We do have a few showers moving through. Again, nothing that's going to be overly organized at this point, so be ready for that Tuesday evening. Wednesday, we get a break. Now we're talking about Thursday and Friday. Here's what we've got on Thursday. This starts as soon as Thursday morning. Again, weather models still coming into agreement on both timing and location. This is actually bumped up about 10 to 12 hours from what we were looking at yesterday as far as when that snow, when that precipitation moves in. You can see some snow, potential for freezing rain, and a little bit of rain as well. That'll continue into Thursday afternoon. Temperatures will get colder Thursday evening, so then it becomes all snow across the region Friday morning. And even as we head toward Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we're going to see some lingering snow showers kind of wrapped around that low pressure, that cold front that is going to move through. So again, even Friday night, we could still see a few snow showers hanging on. Now, as far as our temperature trend goes, and this is where we're going to close things out here, 15 tomorrow, nice jump to 27 on Sunday, 37 and 35 Monday and Tuesday. Temperature will be dropping slightly on Tuesday, but still hanging in the mid-30s. It will be a windy day. Then on Wednesday, 20. We get another quick little warm up as we head toward Thursday. Then once we jump ahead next week, Friday, a week from today into Saturday, Sunday, next Monday and beyond, it does look like our temperatures are going to be more like we typically see in January. In fact, it looks like we'll drop down a little bit below the norm for this time of year. And as mentioned, the average high temperature 18, and that extends right through the late second half of this month. So going to get a little colder, going to be a little more typical for this time of year, but that's still, other than tomorrow when it gets cold, that cold air is still about a week away. In the meantime, opportunities for a little bit of snow tonight, tomorrow, for some areas on Sunday. A little chance of freezing rain Tuesday, just with regular rain, and then next Thursday and Friday, more precipitation moving, and I think a good chance of getting a mix of precipitation and then eventually changing to all snow. So again, this has been your Friday Funcast. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Of course, this is sponsored by 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota. And again, hope you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota, restoring what matters most.